why you are doing business at all. Every time you do business, you know theories are there regarding the areas of core competence. You have to understand what is your core competence. Are you really going to act only on your core competence? The countries which are in the high stage of development, they can very genuinely pursue their areas of core competence. But countries like us, which are not yet at that level of development, we possibly cannot put all our eggs in one basket. We have to have the area of core competence, and simultaneously we must pursue some area of non-core competence. As otherwise, any moment, any innovation, any technological improvement, any changing marketing strategy, any changing demand can wipe out yourself totally. So you have to feel, you have to identify your area of operation. And once you build the core area of competence, you must remember that building on that and being happy, confident, and stable on that doesn't mean anything if you are doing business. World progresses, and if you move fast, you are only static. If you want to advance, you have to move faster. That is the lesson. That is the lesson. Whichever public sector enterprises are successful, you ask them, they will tell you that is the fundamental lesson of an organization to grow. There is no place for 10% and 8% growth. You have to think of 40%, 50% growth. My friend Mr. Natarajan is here. You ask him what has been his growth rate 4 years back, 5 years back, and what it is today. If I am happy and I am making a profit of 5,000 crore, it will be foolish on my part to be satisfied, because unless I make a profit of 10,000 crore over a period of 2 years, that is the system. In most of the boards, we feel complicit that yes, we have done a big job. Economy is basically like universe. It has a space, but it has no limit. You can't confine your activities and your energy to 10% and 5% and 20%. It's unlimited. And human potential is unlimited. Many times I feel that we are okay, but the society is not okay. We are okay, we can run the business, but get rid of these politicians, get rid of CDC, get rid of CDI, and we can work excellently. We can show you what we can do. Wrong, wrong, and wrong. Never in the history, any organization, any business organization have ever performed without a non-supportive and even hostile environment. Business management is not only the management of your own business. Business management is also management of the environment where you are working. Let me tell you, whoever officer, whoever director comes and complains of the political intervention, I take it as a discredit for you. Because political interventions will be there, because we are working in a political system. Institutions like CDC, CBI will be there, because we are working in a democratic system where we are answerable and we are handing somebody else's money. We have to know how to deal with that. And the best way of dealing with that is to have only one principle in battle. Understand what is the problem with the environment and handle the problem in accordingly. One claim I can make to you today is that I have, till today, has not been obstructed or limited by any external pressure. You must know that external environment can help you, can obstruct you. It is your caliber as a business manager whether you are going to get its help or you are going to be obstructed by that. I'll give you a small story from the business people of 17th century. They are doing business, and they are doing business with a lot of countries in Asia, and they were getting gold. But then they had a problem. The problem was the pirates used to plunder their ships. So they needed support from the government. But why the government will support some businessmen who are working on their own profit? So they came out with a theory, which in the study of economics is called the theory of mercantilism. They said that wealth of the nation is nothing but its accumulation of precious metal, gold and silver. When they convinced the king that whatever gold and silver it is bringing, they are bringing, it is basically adding to the wealth of the nation, the king was obliged to give them the warships to escort their commercial ships for trade. They were successful in getting, free of cost, the support of their king for pursuing their own trade, which meant they wanted to make their profit. Over the years, if you read history, there are instances one after another like this, that environment has to be twisted, molded in your favor. If we feel that environment is an obstacle, we are wrong, we are no longer a businessman, we have to feel that environment is something which is there for us to use. The last thing, another thought that I must share with you, you must remember, every business organization is fundamentally a political organization. Every relationship within the business and with business with others, it is a political relationship. I'm not talking of politics in a narrow sense, I'm talking of politics in a wider sense. A business is run through a consistent power game where the board, the chief executive and the directors must know how to manage the power base, the power game in the organization. In an organization there are contracts, but every day the relationship changes on the basis of a silent process that is called psychological contract. Who obeys whom? Who accepts what? That is based on psychological contract. Your union will behave in an unruly manner if you accept their unruly behavior once. That sets a psychological contract between you and your union that yes, they can afford to have an unruly behavior and get away with that. You must remember that business requires not occasional alertness, business required continuous, incessant alertness. You never allow any psychological contract to be built at the cost of the organization, and your every behavior, every gesture, every communication has to ensure that the psychological contracts which are built, these are on your favor. Secondly, business is run if the internal environment is controlled and managed by those who are managing the organization, the directors and chairman. Internal environment has to be controlled at any cost. Many times we allow the control of internal environment to be slipped out of your hand just because of our laxity, just because of the feeling it is not my job, it is happening in finance department, let us not bother about it, I am an engineer. These two fundamental factors, psychological contract and environmental management, these two are very important for political control within the organization. My friends, if I keep on telling and sharing experiences, Mr. Shastri and Mr. Sharma will not allow me. But these are some of the stray thoughts I thought I must share with you, because you are already managing the boards. Some of you are aspirants to be in the board level. Let us all try to be managers, to be entrepreneur, and have the taste of the power of the achievement which you can get if you are an entrepreneur. Thank you very much.
Here, and I'm sure this is the beginning, I think, of a new era for the Institute of Public Enterprise and all of us. So I welcome you. I had the opportunity, we had the opportunity of meeting Mr. Natarajan. I think he is the moving soul, and it is a lot of work on public sector wage commission, and we had very nice interaction. I think they formed the basic idea which was submitted to the government, and I understand that they have been revolutionary ideas.
Friends, we are taking an opportunity to introduce Mr. Natarajan here. Very, very briefly, because he is going to give one more distinguished lecture on trans. But let me tell you now too. If I know Mr. Rana's home for more than 20 years, I knew Mr. Natarajan for more than a decade. Both of them were with great colleagues. We all worked together. Rana's home and me in Bharat Entanigam, and Natarajan and me in ECAL. Me and Natarajan and two more people are called, my friends are there in ECAL, they will tell, we are all called the turnaround team of ECAL. So here, Mr. Rana's home, as I told you, he turned around two companies. Mr. Natarajan turned out Binis, ECAL, and if not a turnaround in BML, it is a transformational changes he brought is, which are more important than the mere turnaround alone. If I have to say that two of them have proved one thing very great to the public. Originally, everyone thinks that every company should be headed by a technical man. This was the very clear understanding. Bureaucrat should be only there in the state government undertakings, and only a technical man should be there heading the public sector CPSUs. These two gentlemen have one quality, both of them are personal people. Natarajan was the director personnel, and he was also director personnel, and also the Hindustan Copper, he was the chairman also. Both of them are personal department. Two, both of them are very, very dynamic. I am making a comparison between, I cannot make a comparison because both have the same qualities, unique qualities. Most important, anything is, today public sector is thriving. If public sector is proved that they are the real Navaratnas. I think Rana's just now I said, Navaratna means 9 Ratnas, but today there are 18 Navaratnas. So the very word, so it is a name, nomenclature being given as Navaratna. And he is a mini Ratna, he is a Navaratna. There is nothing like that. As far as the companies are concerned, only by the sheer efforts of the leaders, which include CEOs as well as the directors. So Mr. Natarajan has a long experience. I will tell you, he is the chairman of so many committees. The defense, he is a committee member of the defense committee. Just now he is coming from a meeting of the committee on defense technologies, where he is a chairman. And he is a recipient of many awards, which I will read out there when we meet before all. But I will only take this time to say that today is a great day in the history of IPE. We have got two stalwarts, and we all request you to join for tea. Thereafter again we will have address by Natarajan here briefly, and thereafter the extension lecture. Thank you.
Now I request Dr. Geeta, Mr. Sridhar, and my faculty colleague Shri Mathu sir to please give away the mementos as a token of honor.
Important principles of business management and the role of directors for the success of the enterprise, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I further extend my thanks to Mr. K.R. Shastri, former Director Finance CCI and advisor to IPE, for introducing us a great man in the public enterprise domain. I further thank our director for organizing the program in a big way, which we can say that it is a meeting of finest minds. Thank you, sir.